Good morning, students. In the last video, we have discussed about spring potential energy and how is the spring force a conservative force. So, we can prove this spring force to be a conservative force using the equation of spring potential energy also. We have got the spring potential energy half kx square. And suppose we differentiate this and the negative derivative of potential energy. If we carry out a negative derivative of potential energy, we must get the force. Then only that force is conservative in nature. Let us see whether we will get it or not. So, negative derivative of u. Negative derivative of u, if you carry out, that is, I should get minus du by dx. So we have u is equal to half kx square. So if we do minus du by dx, what do we get? Let us see. U is equal to half kx square minus du by dx means differentiating this equation with x and then multiplying with minus sign. Then we get half k as this. K is constant, half is constant. Differentiation of x square with respect to x becomes 2x and negative sign as this. So 2 cancels. When you cancel 2, so you are left with minus kx. What is minus kx? Minus kx is nothing but spring force. Therefore, minus kx becomes equal to spring force. Thus, we put that minus du by dx, negative derivative of potential energy, negative derivative of spring potential energy gives us the spring force. Thus, according to the definition of conservative force, if negative derivative of potential energy is equal to the form of that force, then that force is definitely conservative force. Thus, spring force is conservative force. Now let us see what happens when the spring is extended to the maximum displacement and released. When the spring is extended to the maximum displacement and released, the spring suddenly starts moving back. When it suddenly starts moving back, there is a conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. When it is at the maximum displacement, when it is extended at the maximum displacement, it will be having purely potential energy, spring potential energy. The moment you release that, then what happens? Potential energy goes on decreasing, kinetic energy goes on increasing. But when it reaches the x equal to 0 position, when it reaches the undisturbed position, initial undisturbed position, it will not stop, because at that moment, at that position x equal to 0, its entire potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, and the spring will have maximum velocity or maximum speed. Let us calculate that maximum speed. And not only that, at any position of the moving spring, at any position of the moving spring, we can calculate what is the total energy. Total mechanical energy is equal to sum of kinetic and potential energy. Let us do it. Consider a spring attached with a block. As we have considered earlier, the spring is light spring, massless spring, and it is attached with a block of mass m. This is a block of mass m, and we can say the entire mass of the spring and block together we can say as it is of mass m. Suppose this is a spring attached with a block and it is an undisturbed spring. Undisturbed spring means not yet extended. So its initial position is x equal to 0. Now it is extended by applying pull external force F. It is extended to maximum stretch, let us say xm, within its limit only. We are not crossing its limit. If we cross its limit, we know the spring is permanently stretched and it will lose its elasticity, it will lose its springiness. We are not discussing that, not beyond its limit. We are extending it within its limit. So when we extend it to its maximum displacement, let us say xm, then before releasing, it will be having potential energy given by U is equal to half k xm square. This is what we have already derived. So total mechanical energy at this maximum displacement is equal to the potential energy alone, because at this maximum displacement, before it is released, it is not having any speed. So kinetic energy is zero. So kinetic energy is zero. Now when it is released, you see the block starts moving back. When the block starts moving back, let us say the block is somewhere here. It is tending to move back. We are considering at any position. Let us say at position x, the block is in motion. Because of extension, it has stored its energy in the form of potential energy. Now when it is released, the potential energy goes on decreasing. At the same rate, kinetic energy goes on increasing. So at this position x, what is its total energy? Let us calculate. This is extended position. When the extended spring is released from x equal to xm at position x, at any position x, still it is under motion, at any position x, what is its total mechanical energy? Its total mechanical energy E is equal to k plus u. By definition, k plus u. Now partially it is having kinetic energy and partially it is having potential energy. So at position x, definitely it will have potential energy U equal to half kx square, where x is the position, and let us say kinetic energy at this position as half mv square, where m is mass and v is the speed. When it is moving, let us say it is moving with speed v, so its kinetic energy becomes half mv square. So total mechanical energy now becomes equal to half mv square plus half kx square. So this is the energy at any position x. At position x. Now, according to conservation of total mechanical energy, so by invoking the law of conservation of mechanical energy, so total mechanical energy should be conserved. Mechanical energy should be conserved. Conserved means should be constant. It means whatever the initial energy it has, initially it is having total mechanical energy half kxm square at extended position. So total initial energy must be equal to energy at x. You can say this is energy at x. So initial energy is half kxm square. Half kxm square. So what is the energy at x? Energy at x is half mv square plus half kx square. Half mv square plus half kx square. Now this is the equation at any position x. Now when the block comes to x equal to 0 position, suppose the block has reached now. Block has not stopped. Now it is still in motion. Now at this position x equal to 0, what is its total mechanical energy? So if you look at this, if you put x equal to 0 in this equation, then potential energy U becomes 0. potential energy U becomes 0, and the speed with which it is moving, the speed becomes maximum. The speed becomes maximum. So earlier it was having V, now it will have maximum speed Vm. It will have maximum the speed Vm. Thus, at x equal to 0, when the spring block is crossing x equal to 0, then its potential energy becomes 0. So therefore total mechanical energy at x equal to 0 now becomes equal to half mvm square plus 0. Potential energy becomes 0. Putting x equal to 0 here in this equation, half k into 0. So this term becomes 0. And this term becomes half mvm square. Therefore, again invoking the conservation of mechanical moment, conservation of mechanical energy. Invoking the conservation of mechanical energy, EI should be equal to E0. EI should be equal to E0. Therefore, EI is half kxm square. So it becomes half kxm square is equal to half mvm square. This is happening at equilibrium position. So because of this reason, the block will not come to halt. The block will not come to rest. It tends to move on the other side. Therefore, what happens to the speed then? We can calculate speed at the equilibrium position. So, speed at equilibrium position now can be calculated using this. So, half of cancels. Therefore, Vm square becomes equal to half of cancels. Vm square is equal to k by m xm square. So by knowledge of spring constant k and mass of the block m or mass of the spring m and the maximum extension xm, we can calculate what is its speed when it is just crossing the equilibrium position at x equal to 0. Therefore, Vm becomes equal to square root of k by m into xm. This is the speed of the spring block at equilibrium position x equal to 0. Therefore, it will not stop at this position. Again, when it goes on the other side, the block will compress the spring. The block compresses the spring at extreme position at minus xm. It's going to stop. So, as it is going on compressing, what's happening here? As it is going on compressing, the kinetic energy which was maximum here at equilibrium gets converted into potential energy, and at x equal to minus xm, total kinetic energy which it was possessing here at equilibrium position is completely converted into total potential energy, that becomes maximum. Again it will have U equal to half kxm square. This is how conversion of energy from potential into kinetic, kinetic into potential, potential into kinetic, kinetic into potential energy conversions take place. As a result, the spring go on oscillating. So this is the reason why does the extended spring, when it is released, it keeps on oscillating. The oscillations is because of conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy into potential energy. Now with the help of these equations, we can draw the energy diagram with respect to displacement. Let us draw the energy diagrams. Okay, let us consider a graph drawn for energy, mechanical energy E versus displacement x. This is my x-axis. This is the negative x-axis. Okay, this is representing displacement. This is representing extension, and negative displacement represents the compression. And let us draw first the graph for potential energy. Potential energy. Let us take this point as maximum displacement xm, and this, let us take this one as maximum compression minus xm. Maximum compression minus xm. So when the spring is stretched to the maximum displacement xm, then it will have total mechanical energy in the form of potential energy alone. So let us take this graph as total mechanical energy. You know, total mechanical energy always remain constant. So at maximum extension, it will have total potential energy half kxm square maximum value. So this is u is equal to half kxm square maximum at x equal to x. When the block returns back to the equilibrium position, x equal to 0, at x equal to 0, potential energy becomes 0. So I can represent x equal to 0, the potential energy becoming 0. Here at u equal to, at this x equal to 0, potential energy becomes 0. Again, when the spring goes back, it goes on compressing the spring. At maximum compression, again potential energy becomes maximum. At maximum compression, potential energy becomes maximum. So this is how we can represent. This is the u is equal to half kxm square, and potential energy is always positive. There is no question of becoming negative. We have discussed it yesterday. So if you draw the graph, it's going to be a parabolic graph. Is a parabola. Why is it parabola? Because its equation is given by u is equal to half kx square. In maths, you are learning, if any equation is of this form, then it is going to represent a parabola, symmetric about y-axis, symmetric about y-axis, passing through the origin. Now let us draw the graph of kinetic energy. You know, kinetic energy at maximum displacement is 0. When the spring is stretched to the maximum displacement, it is at rest. So kinetic energy is 0. When it is released, when the block is released at x equal to 0, we have just now calculated, kinetic energy becomes maximum, half kxm square. Maximum is this one. So this becomes half kxm square maximum. Again, when the spring block goes on the other side at maximum compression, the kinetic energy again becomes 0, potential energy becomes maximum. So kinetic energy becomes 0. So again, if you draw the graph for this kinetic energy, you will get again a parabola, but this is appearing as inverted parabola. So this is representing kinetic energy K equal to half mv square, half mv square. So this is also parabolic graph. So from this graph we understand that at any position the total mechanical energy K plus U remains constant. E is equal to K plus U always remain constant at any position. As you move from xm to any other position, at any other position, you see, if you look at this position, here it will be having partly having potential energy of this value and partly having a kinetic energy of this particular value. So if you add this, you are going to get total energy again constant, K plus U is equal to E. So like that you can calculate at any position what is the value of kinetic energy. For example, if you are coming to this position, the kinetic energy corresponding to this, potential energy corresponding to this is going to be this. Using the graph, you can find out. And what is the kinetic energy at this point? It's going to be here. So if you add this, you are going to get total mechanical energy going to be constant. At 0, you see, at 0, potential energy is totally become 0 and it will be having only kinetic energy, which is half mvm square, which is equal to half mvm square, which is equal to maximum K max, and U is, this is how we study the energy graphs using the equations of potential energy and kinetic energy for a given oscillating spring. Okay. Now let us solve one problem based on this. Okay, let us solve a problem to simulate car accidents. Auto manufacturers study the collisions of moving cars with mounted springs of different spring constants. It is a simulation. This you can call it as a simulator to test the cars and impact of the speeding cars when they collide with certain objects. So before they are released into the market, the car manufacturers carry out this activity called as simulation with the help of mounted springs of different spring constants, strong spring constants. Consider a typical simulation with a car of mass 1000 kg. Consider this is a car of mass 1000 kg and it is moving with the speed of 18 km per hour. It is moving with the speed of 18 km per hour on a smooth road. Smooth road means we are neglecting the friction. Smooth road. Neglecting the friction. 18 km per hour on a smooth road and is colliding with a horizontally mounted spring. It is colliding with a horizontally mounted spring here, whose spring constant is 6.25 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter. This is the spring constant of this spring. What is the maximum compression of the spring? How much is the maximum compression of the spring? Simple problem is simple. So here we are invoking the conservation of mechanical energy. So before colliding, the spring is not disturbed. The spring is not having any energy. When it collides with when the car collides with the mounted spring, then the kinetic energy of the car is completely converted into potential energy of the compressed spring. Initially, the spring is having zero energy. After collision, when the car comes to halt, the spring will be having maximum potential energy. So there is conversion of kinetic energy into spring potential energy due to compression. So with this knowledge we will calculate what is this value of x. Now let us write what are the given things. Here spring constant K is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton per meter. And initial speed of the car is 18 km per hour. We must convert this into meter per second. 18 into 5 by 18. So remember, if it is 18, directly you can remember 5 meter per second. So this is easy to remember. 18 km per hour, 5 meter per second. 36 km per hour, 10 meter per second. So if it is 36 km per hour, 10 meter per second. So that is how if you remember, that will be easy while solving the numerical problems. Now let us calculate the initial kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of moving car, half mv square. Half mv square. This is kinetic energy of colliding car before collision. Car before collision. So that is calculated as half into mass of the car is given 1000 kg. You can write here m is equal to 1000 kg. So 1000 into 5 meter per second. 5 square is there. So you can write it as 5 into 5. So 2 ones are 2 500s. So 25 into 5. So 25 into 5 becomes 125. So 125 and 2 zeros. So many joules. So you can write this one as 1.25 into 10 raised to 4 joule. Scientific notation. 1.25 into 10 raised to 4 joule. So this entire kinetic energy is converted into potential energy when it collides with the spring. So the spring possesses potential energy. So using this, invoking the conservation of mechanical energy, half mv square must be equal to half kxm square. So substitute this. K is given, we can calculate what is xm. So we have calculated already half mv square. Therefore 1.25, just substitute the value of half mv square. 1.25 into 10 raised to 4 equal to half into k, 6.25 into 10 raised to 4. 6.25 into 10 raised to 4. That is k into xm square. xm square. Therefore, xm square becomes equal to, take this to this side. If you take this to this side, then it becomes 2.5 into 10 raised to 4 divided by 6.25 into 10 raised to 4. 6.25 into 10 raised to 4. I think this is a 1.25 into 10 raised to, check the correct value. Yes, 10 raised to 4 and 6.25 into 10 raised to 3. This is not 10 raised to 4. This is an error here. It is 10 raised to 3. Please correct it. This is 10 raised to 3. This is 10 raised to 3. So as a result, what do you get? In the denominator, you will have 10 raised to 3. So this is given in the numerical problem. So if you work it out, so this becomes 2500 into 10 divided by 6625 into 10. So 10 cancels. So if you calculate this comes out to be 4. 4 5s are 20 carry 2. So this comes out to be 4. 4 5s are 20 carry 2. 4 2s are 8 plus 2 10. Therefore it is 4. So xm square is equal to 4. Therefore what is xm? Maximum compression now thus becomes square root of 4, that is 2 meter. 2 meters. So this is how we can calculate the maximum compression of the spring here is 2 meter. This is how we can calculate. The same problem continues in the next numerical problem, wherein the road has some friction. So when the car is moving on the road, the car tires with respect to road surface experience kinetic friction. So the coefficient of kinetic friction is given. When the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.5, if the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.5, then next question you can try yourself. Same data, same speed of the car. If the coefficient of the kinetic friction mu k is 0.5, if mu k is 0.5, what is xm? This is the next problem. You can try it yourself. I will discuss it in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.